Dan has an in-depth look at the release of Nico Jenkins from prison has ended with a full-on assault of the Nebraska's corrections system.
Even the governor himself has called what has happened behind bars a huge mess. Tonight, the special committee of state senators released a final report of what the state should do to fix it.
And Brian Mastery is live with the details.
John Mallory, prison overcrowding isn't new. The Nebraska system has been bursting at the seams for years. We are live here at the Douglas County Jail, and one of the committee's recommendations is, for example, if the system gets over 140% of its capacity, that the governor should declare a state of emergency. That way the public is focused more on how they're going to fix that overcrowding issue.
The committee made 16 recommendations, from firing 3 employees who are still with the Department of Corrections to urging the next governor to show the current head of corrections, Michael Kenny, the door. From reducing the use of solitary confinement and putting inmates into a long-term protective custody with others, to better treating those inmates they believe have mental illness. The committee specifically cited the Nico Jenkins case. He had asked to be committed in 2013. Even though he was weeks away from his freedom.
My hope is that the new administration reads the report.
Over and over, the Special Investigative Committee questioned the leadership and the culture within corrections, with a big part of it including the miscalculations of sentences, which allowed hundreds of Nebraska inmates to go free much earlier than they should.
In our judgment, overcrowding began to drive the policy decisions and the behavior of the staff at the Department of Corrections.
The committee acknowledged that some of the recommendations will cost real dollars, but that fixing the prison mess should be job number 1 for next year's legislature.
And the irony is, these are the people that are in charge of keeping people who have broken the law.
Now, John Mallory, the committee also pointed out that what was essentially a recommendation but an endorsement for what Governor-elect Pete Ricketts plans to do. He wants a national search for the new Department of Corrections head and someone who is reform-minded. The committee also said it's interesting to note that for years, politicians have said, we want to be hard on crime. And so more people are arrested, but then nobody wants to pay for the space to house them. Reporting live from the Douglas County Jail with photographer Jim Hinchek, Brian Mastery, WWT 6 News.
Now, late today, Governor Heineman released a statement insisting he has taken responsibility for the sentence calculation errors and accused Senator Lathrop of trying to score political points.
As for the Nico Jenkins situation, Heineman said, quote, a federal judge has already found Jenkins legally responsible for 4 murders. This report is trying to make a claim that the correctional agency caused those murders. On that subject, Senator Lathrop made a point this morning, saying the committee was not there to either defend Jenkins or exonerate him, but only to investigate whether the state had control over releasing him.